Thank you for checking out today's video. How good is Christian Wood? Why he's poised for a monster year with the Houston Rockets. Go subscribe and click the notification bell right now if you have not already. That keeps you up to date with our latest videos and supports our channel. So to the avid NBA fan, the Rockets signing Christian Wood was a big deal. And although he's not a household name yet in the NBA, he is very much able and just what the Rockets need in the front court. Today we'll talk about his game, what he'll bring to the Rockets, and how they'll plan on using him. So Christian Wood is a 6'10 power forward who had a breakout year last year in Detroit and signed with the Houston Rockets this past offseason. Wood is from Long Beach, California, and played his college hoops at UNLV, and actually went undrafted in the 2015 draft, which is surprising and crazy to think about looking back in hindsight, but that's often the case. Those guys, those gems are going to slip through whether they get drafted in the second round or don't get drafted at all. So Wood would end up on the 76ers Summer League team that summer, and he would bounce around the league, showing flashes of what he could do. And to put it in perspective, we'll quickly run through the number of teams and different rosters he was on. So in 2015, he was on the Sixers. Then he went to their G League 87ers team. In 2016, he bounced around in the Hornets organization and G League teams with the Swarm, the 87ers again, then the Bucks in 2018-19, and then their affiliate, the Wisconsin Herd, 2019, the Pelicans, and then last year, obviously, the Pistons. So leading up to last season, he played a total of 51 NBA games from 2015 to 2019. Again, those are NBA games, not G League games. This past season with the Pistons, he played in 62 games and averaged 13 points and 6 rebounds in just over 20 minutes per game. So it was his first real opportunity to show what he can do. And it shows you that sometimes an NBA player just needs to find the right opportunity. He put himself in a position to earn big dollars once free agency started this summer. And he definitely did that, obviously, when he agreed to go to the Rockets on a 3-year, $41 million deal. Now, the move officially is a sign and trade. But again, once he chose to go to Houston, they just worked out with Detroit to send assets to facilitate an actual trade. So now let's talk about what he can do on the floor. The first thing that comes to mind when you see Wood on the floor is that he's a long, quick, and athletic player who is able to do everything as a big. He's a very good big man in the modern game because of the skills we're going to look at. At 6'10", like his best asset to his game is his mobility. He's really fast. He's really fluid. He moves so well for his size, and he uses that speed and ability to impact both sides of the floor. Defensively, he can rotate over and provide some great off-ball, weak-side defense, coming over the top to block shots. He can get in some passing lanes when needed, and he can pick up the smaller guards out of pick and rolls, which is a huge thing in the NBA game now. Like, teams want to put big guys in pick and rolls. Christian Wood can really guard those really well. So his ability to move should keep him on the floor as long as he's always staying out of foul trouble. Now, the only trade-off with that is just, obviously, he's fast, but he's a little bit smaller in frame. He's more of a slender guy. So the bigger players like Anthony Davis, Jokic, and Giannis, Bam, will give him some trouble, but you only worry about those guys, 7 or 8 teams have guys like that, not all 30. So he'll be okay. On the offensive end, he uses his speed to attack closeouts and just run circles around the slower players. So he's able to put the ball on the floor and drive it with the left or right. He can actually step back and knock down the mid-range and three-point shot. So I think it'll really serve valuable in Houston when you put players like John Wall and James Harden around him because he can finish plays. The Rockets are getting a guy who is quick, can shoot, he's springy, he'll be a good option for lobs, and he can run up the court really quickly to help the Rockets get some easy baskets and then be able to get out in sets and set great screens and then roll really hard and fast to the basket, again, being able to finish over the top. And that's really what the Rockets have asked of their big guys, especially when you think of like Clint Capella in the past. Christian's always shot a good percentage everywhere on the floor. Obviously, with his volume, he should play a lot more. So some of his efficiency and numbers will go down slightly. But he's a really good player. He'll be efficient. Playing with John Wall and James Harden are going to help him because they're the two best players he's probably played with in his whole career. And with so much attention going to them, it will help him be able to score He'll be able to post, score in isolations. He'll be able to move in and out of sets and screens. And again, get some easy baskets with these two players as long as the Rockets keep Harden. And looking at it from a Rockets perspective, like they had to go out and get someone, and Christian Wood was a no-brainer. They played a specific style the last few years, and obviously they've made a lot of changes. But right now, they've only got 3 guys who are taller than 6'10". That's Tyson Chandler, who won't play much, DeMarcus Cousins, who's coming off some injuries, and Christian Wood. So you know Wood and Cousins will play, but they're really going to need Christian Wood to be out there 30, 35, maybe even 40 minutes a night. And whether he's at the center spot or playing the 4 with PJ Tucker right under him, I think Wood, again, is going to be on the floor. He's a great running mate for John Wall and James Harden, and he should be able to get easy baskets and dunks, set great screens, and then get some open looks from the 3-ball as well. Defensively, he gives the Rockets obviously more size and length, and although he's not extremely strong, he can definitely block shots and is an improvement from the 6'5" or 6'6" PJ Tucker. And I think overall it should reflect on their team defense. Now, they won't be the Clippers or the Lakers or the best defensive team in the league, but they will be better and much better than they were last year defensively. So in about 20 points per game, or in about 20 minutes per game, Christian Wood was able to put up about 13 points and 6 rebounds. I fully expect that production to go up quite a bit. I could easily see him averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, being named a starter, and being able to play a lot of minutes. He is a very talented young player and a fantastic opportunity to really get a ton of playing time. And again, when you look back at what the Rockets have on their roster currently, I think Christian Wood is going to be relied upon to play a ton. You don't know necessarily what you're getting from DeMarcus Cousins just yet. If he has a setback, you have Wood to be able to step right in and obviously play more center. The Western Conference is stacked, especially at the forward and center position. So I definitely see Wood being out there all the time. Like, he's athletic. He can match up with the smaller guys. He can play up a little bit. He has the tools, the size, and the skill. And finally, the opportunity to do so. So thank you for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please go subscribe right now. Until next time.